Good morning. You're in the kitchen with Donna this morning. And what I'm doing is I'm making a decoction. I am taking my woody mushrooms, my turkey tail mushrooms that we harvested the last video, and I am going to make a decoction out of them, or better known as a tea. Now, it's not a real tea. Tea is made from Camellia sinensis. All teas are. This is an herbal decoction. We refer to it as a tea. Now, what I have to do first is clean these up. I've got my turkey tails out here. They're dried. And I'm just taking them out of this little tray that I dried them in. You can see they were under a pine tree, so I've got a lot of pine needles to clean up. And I'm just cleaning them up this morning. I've got a basting brush here right out of my utensil drawer. Now this has got a big long handle. You don't have to have this much handle, but just a brush, a good clean brush that you use for usually food quality stuff. And what I'm doing is just kind of brushing the back here, brushing where this mushroom grew down on the wood part of the log that they were harvested from. They're kind of dried. They've changed color a little bit. These are the blue turkey tails. There are blue, and then there are the kind of brownish beige turkey tails. This one was blue, but it is a true turkey tail. It's got the white back. It's polyporous, meaning it has many pores on the back, a good white back, and it's the color. It's changed color just a little bit since it's dried. The color's not quite as vibrant. But what I'm doing this morning to these turkey tails before I make my decoction is I am going to go ahead and brush off anything that doesn't need to be on here. Be that any parts of the bark that the mushroom was growing on, any pine needles that's kind of trapped in there from the pine tree. Just brushing them off, getting them clean. They still have their little velvety feel, or their little more like velour. It's just a little soft velvety feel. They are harder. There's like little chips of wood. That's what they feel like. It's a woody mushroom. And that's why we have to do a decoction. We have to simmer out the goodness that's in these mushrooms to get out the good properties that we're wanting from these mushrooms this morning. I'm going to make a tea, a decoction from them. It's probably only going to last about 2 days. There are wonderful research on the turkey tail. I didn't go through and read all the research for you because, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a healthcare provider. I share with you what I harvest and what I use in hopes that you might have an interest and research it and see if it's right for you. Now I'm just going to go through these individually, and you can see all the stuff that's down in here. It takes just a few minutes to clean it like it would anything. And I'll continue to go through all of these, get them brushed and cleaned off, clean out my tray, and then I'll find a place that I can store these turkey tails so that I can use them when I need them. What I usually do is make a concoction, or a decoction. That's what it is. It's a decoction. And then drink that over the course of about 2 days. If you leave these mushrooms and leave them in their decoction, if you make a decoction from these mushrooms, it's only going to last about 2 days. Doesn't have a long shelf life. Now, if you dry them, you can keep them for up to, a year. We usually just harvest enough for 1 year. So you only want to make your decoction when you're going to use it within the next couple of days. It's not something that you can just store in the refrigerator in its decocted form with water. I'm just making a tea from water. And I'll get all these little bits cleaned up. Now, after I've went through all of my mushrooms, this is about how much garbage I got out of it. This is just leaves, other plant matter that was growing in there or had fell on the mushrooms while they were growing. So I'm just going to clean this out, and then I'm going to lay my mushrooms back out to dry for a little bit longer. Now, I have learned from experience to make sure that whatever you're preserving is completely dried out, because there's nothing sadder than harvesting a bunch of beautiful things that you love and want to use, be that food or anything for your apothecary, whatever it might be. There's nothing sadder than harvesting a bunch of stuff and it not getting completely dry, putting it up too soon, and it mold and you're not able to use it. That's a very sad thing, so I don't want to do that. I want to be sure that I get this good and dry, which this won't take long to dry. But I go the extra mile to make sure that whatever I harvest is good and dry so that I'll be able to use it. I'm just laying this back out here. I'm going to let it dry for a few more days before I put it in its container and store it for the year. Now, this mushroom is woody. It is a woody mushroom. Some people cut them up with a knife. I had to use a scissors. When I took a knife to them, it was just a lot more work. So to put it in my decoction, I just took the scissor, and I just cut the woody material up into little strips. The scissor just works easier for me. And I put it right into my pot. Now I have 2 quarts of water in this pot. And I have about a cup of mushrooms in here. That's what I'm going for my tea today. I'll let this simmer for at least 30 minutes. And I'm going for that mixture because I'm not really treating anything. I'm not using this for the effects. As far as I have a condition and I need this tea. I'm just going to make this tea, this decoction. I'm going to make it and share with you how I make it and just drink it today. For the benefits, just to give my immune system a boost. Now, while our mushrooms are decocting into our boiling water, simmering, I'll read with you some of the research that I've done. You know, I'm not a healthcare professional. I'm sharing with you what I do with my harvested turkey tails here from my own home. You can do research and find out what's best for you and your body, your individual situation. Now, I'll just go over my notes. That's what I try to do whenever I'm processing something. I try to share with you my research. Now that, this mushroom, these turkey tails here, you couldn't just chop these up and put them into a bowl of food. They're woody. They're polyporous wood mushrooms. The texture's much like wood, so it's kind of tough. It wouldn't be a desirable texture, to eat unless you just like like eating wood chips, because that would be the kind of the texture that you would get from this mushroom. Turkey tail mushrooms, Coriolis versicolor or Trametes versicolor. You got to correctly identify your mushroom and then harvest it. The great things in turkey tail mushrooms are the polysaccharides, a carbohydrate, starch, cellulose, or glycogen, whose molecules consist of a number of sugar molecules bonded together. Many potential benefits. The immune system modulation. It can boost the immune system by stimulating or suppressing the immune system. In one study of breast cancer patients who took turkey tail capsules recovered immune function more quickly after radiation therapy. So see, this stimulates and improves your immune function. And it helped in this study, it helped these women or these people that had breast cancer. It helped these patients to recover their immune function more quickly after radiation. Now, turkey tails is one of the most researched mushroom there is because of this right here, because of the results that's been coming from these studies. Anti-tumor properties. They have anti-tumor properties. In Japan, a preparation called Crestin is used to treat breast, lung, gastric, pancreatic, and liver cancer. These are the benefits, the proven, tested benefits that I gathered from my research. Neuroprotective benefits is believed to have neuroprotective benefits due to its antioxidant properties, which may help protect brain cells from damage caused by oxidative stress, potentially aiding in cognitive function and potentially reducing the risk of age-related cognitive decline. That's your memory diseases. However, more research is needed to fully understand its impact on brain health. Compounds have antioxidant properties, which are believed to be neuroprotective. Fermented Trametes versicolor. This fermented turkey tail right here contains a variety of compounds. People use turkey tail to improve response to cancer, medicines, and radiation. It is also used for muscle strength, fatigue, and UTIs. Now let's see our second page here. That's why people want to harvest the turkey tail mushroom and learn how to incorporate it into their apothecary or into their daily maintenance or daily routine, daily care. So it slows cancer growth and boosts the immune system and many other conditions such as cognitive function, gut health, inflammation, and blood sugar. Turkey tail mushrooms are taken by capsules or as a tea, which would be a decoction. They can be found at drugstores and online retailers. They are considered safe to consume, checking with your healthcare provider on your individual health concerns. Side effects generally well tolerated, no known side effects. Some side effects may cause itching or irritation. If you're allergic to mushrooms, then you would want to be careful consuming any mushroom. No known info on pregnant or breastfeeding, which translates to do not use while pregnant or breastfeeding. It's better safe than sorry. Dosage, adults 3 grams by mouth daily for up to 36 months. Whole mushroom dosage for adults 2.4 grams by mouth for up to 12 weeks. And I went over with you what is actually in these turkey tails. The polysaccharide peptides and the polysaccharide Crestin, which are the medicine that's encapsulated in this wonderful mushroom. Now, there's been tests, proven tests, the BIORC's Turkey Tail Research, which has received FDA approval and a $5.4 million grant from the National Institute of Health. The turkey tail mushroom, Trametes versicolor, contains several bioactive compounds that have medicinal value: polysaccharide peptides and polysaccharide crestin, compounds which aid the boosting of the immune system and slow cancer growth. This is a proven research right here. So there's no guesstimation about it. These turkey tails have been proven to improve and to have two compounds that are very valuable in all different things it looks like they're using it for, but in particularly for the recovery of the immune system after cancer. So that's a great thing. Now down here are 4 great medicinal fungi. They share DNA to humans 50%. Isn't that amazing? They release CO2 just like we do, and it's the largest, oldest organism plant on Earth, the microniliums. Now the first mushroom that is great is reishi. That's a natural Xanax, helps with sleep and anxiety. It's not actually Xanax, but it works similar to Xanax. Reishi. You'll find people drink a lot of reishi tea. There's lion's mane, and that's great for cognitive function, dementia, frontal lobe stimulant, focus, concentration, and memory. The shiitake for blood pressure and gut microbiome. Turkey tail, anti-cancer, and immune system researched the most, and also is great for cognitive function. So the turkey tail, that's what I have available. That's what's growing out here beside of our house, where my husband laid the crabapple log so that turkey tail could grow on. We've got the blue turkey tail here, and it is dried, and this is the way it looks. White and very porous on the back. And then it was bluish, very much blue, variegated, many colors. When I harvested it, it's since dried here, so I have a lot of, it's darkened up and changed like anything does when it dries. And my glasses, I have to take them off to read. Isn't that funny? But that's sharing with you the turkey tails here and why we bother to gather them and keep them and make a tea out of them. So it has many potential benefits, mainly the immune system. But that's the research that I did on my turkey tails. I've got this little notebook. I research, even things that we've used for years. Things that we've used for years, I go ahead and research because I want to know why they benefit us. The things that we ate growing up, like dandelion salads and plantain and all the different kind of things. The elderberries, when you're growing up, if you're being taught, you don't know the scientific research on an elderberry. You just know that your grandma says, hey, this is good for you. Or your mama says, this is really good for you. And they give it to you. And you feel better after a little while. That's the only thing you know growing up. But as you grow and research, why do we do the things we do? Why are we taking the time to harvest these mushrooms and to make a decoction from them? And now we know, because it has all these great benefits. It's a woody mushroom. It feels like a wood chip right now. And to get the goodness out of it, the 2 chemicals that work, you have to boil it or simmer it. You see, I don't have this at a rolling boil. This is a slow simmer. And it's going to sit on this stove simmering for about 30 minutes at least. Maybe longer today, and it'll turn a dark brown. Here's our tea, our turkey tail tea after it's slow simmered for a couple of hours. Now I'm going to strain out the remaining of the mushrooms that's in here, and I'm just going to collect the tea. Now I've got this little vessel that I use around here. It's like a stainless steel pitcher. It's got a spout on it for pouring, so I like to use this. And I'm just going to put the strainer down and just take my pot of tea and pour it right through there. filled my little container up. And then I'm going to take it and pour it into a quart-sized jar. Now I'll strain out all of the liquid from these turkey tails that we've simmered for several hours. And what we're left with will be the really good tea. You can see they kind of look like wood chips, and they kind of feel like wood chips. These polyporous woody mushrooms. And now we've got all the goodness out of them. We've got it here in this tea pitcher. Now this will keep in the refrigerator for about 2 days. I'm going to go ahead and pour some in a cup. And I'm going to go ahead and drink this one right now. Now I did add a little more water. I started out with 2 quarts of water, and then I boiled it down over the 2 hours or a little over 2 hours that it simmered. I had to add more water, so I added another quart of water. And this is what I had when I completed. I've got 2 quarts here of the turkey tail tea. I'll set this in the refrigerator. I'll drink it over the course of 2 days because, you know, I don't keep this turkey tail mushroom tea for very long. It's not for long-term storage. And I just usually make enough to drink within a few days whenever I make it. I'm going to taste this for you. It tastes like a mushroom. It's kind of dusky, musky kind of mushroomy taste, but it's not bad at all. It's really good. I'll be drinking this cup of tea and finishing it off and putting these in the refrigerator. And that's how we use the turkey tails to make a decoction that we call tea, and we drink it over a few days. Great for stimulating the immune system and for many other things that I shared with you today. Thank you for joining my channel and let me share with you how I make the turkey tail tea. Like always, until next time.